Most aspiring individuals, heart-centered business owners, and purpose-driven leaders really fail to attract the success they really want because they often overlook these 5 critical steps. And so in this video, I'm going to help share with you the same 5 steps that I've actually worked with my clients over 24 years to help them attract more clients, to become more magnetic to opportunities, and to really create the success and fulfillment they deserve. And look, most of all, it's really going to help you become the go-to leader in your field. Hey, we've all seen that person at a function or a party who seems to magnetically draw people to them. We've all come across business owners that at some level seem to have the Midas touch, that they're able to grow their business and opportunities with ease. So how can we begin to tap into that energy? How can we begin to expand our purpose, presence, and influence and really attract the opportunities we deserve? I'm Les, and at The Greatness Connection, we help aspiring individuals, heart-centered business owners, and purpose-driven leaders really awaken their purpose and thrive. So if you love content like that, make sure to subscribe or to click on the bell icon to receive notifications. So look, you may be a heart-centered entrepreneur who's wanting to grow their business, or maybe you're a visionary creative that has a gift that you want to share in a greater way with the world. Or maybe you're someone who's working in a job and looking to transition into what you really want to love and do. Well, if that's you, I've got some good news. Because you see, in awakening your purpose and presence, it's not just about what we say as leaders. It's not even about how we turn up in this space. How we actually choose to shift their energy and help them step in to a greater possibility of their being. Step number 1 is to simply find and own your charism. Charism is a word that relates back to spiritual circles, where they almost believe that people were given a unique gift, a unique energy and presence that was given from the divine. But the good news is that we don't have to be bestowed this gift. Creating your charism, raising your energy, finding your presence is actually something you can create for yourself. And we create it through the way we hold our energy, through our attitudes and our beliefs in each moment. In fact, I like to think the word charism can be broken up into the 7 letters as follows. So the C is really about connecting and finding your inner calling. It's about finding what drives you in each moment and making sure your clients and customers know that. The H is about identifying how do you help and serve people with your target audience, with the clients you love working with. What is it that you do that is unique in helping them find and fix their problems and helping them get to a solution? The A in charism stands for authenticity. You know, we're living in an age where people simply crave to work with businesses and creators that are authentic, where there are no masks, where we can feel vulnerable, but we can also share our gift and share our story in a greater way. The R stands for tapping into your reason. You know, Jim Rohn, the great professional speaker, once said, when the why is big enough, the how actually becomes easy. When we have a reason, when we have a strong enough why to do something that drives us forward, when we connect with that reason and why and share it with our customers, with our clients, with our team members, then our energy expands. The I is about connecting with what really inspires you. In each moment, we have an energy that brings our heart alive. And when you're inspired, you're virtually filled with your own spirit, with your own essence. The S is to actually tap into your own signature sauce. You know, we all have a unique framework of the way we deliver our product or our service, or the way we interact with others. When you turn your knowledge, your wisdom into a signature system, into a framework that others can understand, you begin to build your charism and energy. And the final letter M stands for message. You know, we all have a message within us. The greatest businesses out there have a message within that shifts the world. Take a look at Apple with their Think Different slogan. Or maybe it's Subway about eating fresh. Sometimes 2 words is all that you need in a message to really connect with your audience and to expand your potential and presence. And so look, step number 2 is simply all about stepping in and living your life in integrity. Our greatest gift we have to create in our world is to actually commit to what we say we're going to do. Integrity is a little reserved word, but it's a powerful word. And when we actually make commitments to ourselves and we follow through, it can actually expand our presence and influence. You know, as I speak about this, I'm reminded about a great story about the amazing Harry Gordon Selfridge, the owner and founder of Selfridge's department store in England. You know, Harry started this business in 1909, and there's a story told about how one day he was working with his assistant and they were very busy getting a project done, and the phone rang. And the assistant picked up the phone and then went to Harry and said, "Harry, there's a call for you." Harry turned to the assistant and said, "Just tell them I'm busy. Tell them I'm tied up with work and I can't take their call now. Just make up an excuse." The assistant refused to do it. And later on, when Harry asked the assistant why did you refuse? The assistant simply said to Harry, "Look, Harry, if I lie to you and lie to people in front of your face, just imagine what could happen behind your back." It's a powerful reminder that our integrity to our own word develops our own character and also expands our presence. So step number 3 in actually defining and finding your own energy and presence in life is to connect with your unique brand. You know, we all have a personal brand. It comes through how we present ourselves, what we wear in each moment. When you go ahead and you find maybe 1 or 2 colors that represent who you are and what your business is, then you begin to project that image to the world. I'm reminded of some great YouTube content creators like Chris Do at The Future. And whenever you see him, he's wearing his trademark baseball cap, but also black t-shirts and chains around his neck. It's become part of his signature statement. I'm also reminded of Fiona Kalaki from My Daily Business, who in all of her work uses the same fonts and styles and colors. They're kind of quirky and eclectic, but they really represent her true aspect of working with designers and creators. And then take a look at High Season, the company that shares strategies for making it big on Instagram. Look at any of their marketing collateral and you're going to see the same colors, grey, black and green turning up. In fact, they use this throughout all their imagery to remain consistent and to really bring through their brand image in all that they do. And look, step number 4 is to simply identify what you believe and what you stand for. When we're really connected to our belief system, when we share those deeper inner beliefs with our market, with our audience, with our teams and our staff members, then our presence as a leader expands. People want to know what you stand for and what you believe. You know, at the Greatness Connection, I believe that everybody has a deep sense of greatness within themselves. We all have a potential that is waiting to be awakened. I believe that each and every day your soul and spirit wants you to grow and to become more of your true self, the person, the leader you're being called to become. And I believe we're here at this time on this earth plane to really make a difference, to become impact makers and light leaders for others. And once you identify your 2 or 3 core beliefs, share them on your website, share them in your marketing collateral, share them in every customer story and interaction, and watch your presence grow. And look, the final step for really expanding your presence is to be aware of the language that you're using in each moment. It was the great Mahatma Gandhi who said, "Beware of your words, because your words will ultimately become your destiny." You know, in each moment we have the capacity to either use words that lift people up or that bring them down. We've got a choice whether we choose to use swear words or we used to choose words that really empower the soul and spirit. And so, you know, I'm reminded about the great quote from the French flamboyant journalist from the early 1800s, Émile Desjardins, who said, "The power of words is really immense. A well-chosen word can often suffice to stop a flying army, to defeat an army in victory. So, save your words and use them wisely." So look, there you go, 5 simple steps you can apply today to begin to expand your purpose, presence and influence, to use it to start attracting new customers and opportunities, and most of all, that will shift your energy and vibration to help you become the leader you're being called to become. And look, if you love content like this, remember you can always subscribe below or click on the bell notification to receive information and notifications of future videos. And if you're someone who's looking to take the next step and really accelerate your progress, check out the link below for the 3-day Heart-Centered Difference Maker Challenge, which will help you get the start you need to expand your presence and thrive.